Okay, this is nothing new, but it's making a round again.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, so we've talked about this like crazy, okay? Maybe just way too much we've talked about this, but it's in the news again, and it's making rounds around Twitter, making rounds just around reporters in general, and now it's back on Clutch Points. So before we talk about this, if you guys want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. By the way, I just make a public announcement. Omar, my boy, I still got your custom here. So if you want me to take this off, just let me know. Like, just email me. But if not, it's here for you, my boy. But anyways, yeah. And if anybody else wants a custom order, and that would mean like a certain size or something like that, just send me an email. I'll answer back with you. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this. Warriors, Raptors interested in trade for Spurs Jakob, but there's a catch. Okay, I actually have not read this article in particular, but I have seen this make its round. So let's go ahead and read through this article. It doesn't take an NBA rumor mill expert to determine. Is that a such thing? A rumor mill expert? Of course not. To determine that the San Antonio Spurs are obvious sellers this season as they try and roll out the red carpet for Victor Wembanyama. Based on a report from Spurs insider LJ Ellis, I love LJ. San Antonio has finally opened up shop once again after closing its doors following the Joshua Primo fallout. Oh, I didn't know we closed our doors after that. One player garnering serious interest is starting center Jakob, who has turned himself into a rock-solid big man and trade asset on a team going nowhere fast. Now, we've talked about this in a different video, but he's like one of the top players. I mean, we looked at the graph and everything. He's one of the top players in all positions when it comes to finishing around the rim. He's actually like elite. Which is not something that I actually saw coming. I mean, he is up there with the best of them as far as finishing. Stupid impressive. But moving on, the San Antonio Spurs, the Golden State Warriors, good God, and Pirtle's former team, Toronto Raptors, which they've been interested in getting Jakob back for a while, are said to be the two strongest pursuers. However, the Spurs asking price maintains to be rather steep. Now, here we go. Now, I have heard this. The player that the Spurs get the most inquiries. This is one of those words that I just can't say. I'll never be able to say it. Inquiries about is Jakob. San Antonio's asking price for Pirtle continues to be a pair of first-round picks with limited protections. That's what you got to ask for, and I think that's more than worth it, especially if you giving him to a team like the Raptors or the Warriors, both of which championship caliber teams. In the middle of a dynasty, if you're the Warriors, you might as well take a swing on Jakob. According to a pair of sources, the two teams most persistent about acquiring Pirtle are the Toronto Raptors and Golden State Warriors. The talks with the Raptors date back to last season's trade deadline. See, that's what I'm saying. We've been talking about this forever. But Toronto remains hesitant to offer anything more than a package highlighted by a single first-round draft pick with moderate protections. I'm sorry. As far as how your boy Brian Wright has been moving, there's absolutely no. I'll be shocked. Okay, I will get on here immediately shocked if he trades Jakob for one first-round pick. I do not see that. Especially what we got out of like other players. There's no way. But moving on, LJ also reports that the Warriors said to be dangling James Wiseman, but the Spurs are said to be uninterested in such a big man swap. I disagree with this. I say go after Wiseman, but sure, whatever. The Spurs aren't high on Jonathan Kuminga. Neither am I. Either, with Moses Moody actually being seen as the most valuable asset among Golden State's trio of youngsters. That would be a really, really good pickup for the Spurs. It's hard to imagine the Warriors giving up on their high-end lottery picks this early for an established yet limited center in Pirtle, but he certainly would help solidify their defense in the Western Conference with some serious talent down low. Let me tell you guys this right now. The Warriors need Jakob way more than we need anything of theirs, okay? Like, I'm just going to throw that out there. Anything that the Spurs, I need to just throw this out there, okay? As a Spurs fan, I'll just be real. Maybe a little biased, but no matter what the Spurs do at this point in time for the rest of the season, it's just icing on the cake. We are already completely set. I know some people don't agree with my take that, well, the Atlanta Hawks, well, what's going on with them, it's a really good thing for us because they could, potentially have a downfall in the next couple years. And if that were to happen, then we have some really great picks because they're unprotected from 2025 to 2027. And I was trying to get that out there. But my point was the San Antonio Spurs have so many things set in stone going forward that we're going to be really good. Like, we're going to be perfectly fine down the road. So I just think that anything that happens is just icing on the cake. So with that mindset in mind, I don't think that the San Antonio Spurs should let off this at all. We've helped Jakob Poeltl's development as well. We put a lot of effort into Jakob. Jakob likes being in San Antonio, so don't give him up just for anything, okay? He's been a good leader. He's been a good player. Do not give him up for anything. They need him more than we need whatever they can give us. So I think the Spurs are taking the right approach. Give us 2 lottery picks and, throw Moody on that thing. But honestly, I would take Wiseman. I don't know why the Spurs wouldn't. Both the Warriors and Raptors would need to loosen their grip on draft capital, that's everyone, if either hopes to land Jakob Poeltl via trade and bolster their front line. So that is the article. Really good article, well written. What's my overall take? Well, like I said, I don't necessarily think we need anything that the Warriors have, but it's just going to be icing on the cake to solidify our future even more. But as that stands, Jakob Poeltl with the San Antonio Spurs, just say nothing happens, I'm totally cool with it. Yes, say hypothetical, in some type of hypothetical world, if we kept Jakob Poeltl and we got Victor Wembanyama, I think that they will play well off of each other. Like, even if you win got Scoot Henderson, let's say we get the 2nd, 3rd overall pick and we land Scoot, right? If you landed Scoot Henderson, same exact thing. He would have a really good player to be able to play that pick and roll off of. Not only that, I think that this is also, which we haven't gotten to see a ton of it yet, but I think that having Jakob or a player like Jakob, that archetype, is really good for someone like Malachi Branham because he plays off of screens very well. And with someone like Jakob, who's pretty elite, I would say, in the pick and roll, it would only benefit Malachi Branham when it comes to his development. So no matter how you spin this, the Spurs are in a good place. But like I said, I absolutely love their approach of looking at other teams and saying, look, you're going to have to give up the goods because there's no true definitive reason for us to give up Jakob for just 1 pick. You got to give us something, okay? If not, we can keep him and we're still good. So, it's not like the tank is going to change. But anyways, I'll get with you guys later, man. If you want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description there. But until next time, thanks for the love. Bye.